It can be very frustrating to pray without feedback. I mean, almost everyone agrees that prayer is a dialogue between God and man, just like a conversation between you and your friend. I want to highlight some reasons why you don't get feedback in prayers. One of the reasons could be that you want to determine how God should speak to you or how your feedback should come. Sometimes we overlook the signals, the simple ways that God speaks to us while looking at the spectacular. We want the miraculous. We want to have an open vision when God just wants to speak to us through someone. I've had experience before when I was in a serious confusion, trying to know what to do, and I prayed about it. Went to church that day. It was a midweek service, and I sat in the church, and the pastor was just talking about what I was thinking about, giving me direction. So that's God actually spoke to me that way. If I lock my mind and say no, God has to show me the dream, I have to hear an audible voice, or probably I have to see an open vision. I might have missed God. So, a lot of times we have also missed God because we are hoping for the spectacular, for the extraordinary, and then we are missing that still small voice. Sometimes God can use someone around you to speak to you about something you are asking for. And oftentimes we can pray and spend hours in prayer without even allowing God to talk. And for instance, if you want to watch any channel in your DSTV, you have to intentionally tune to it. If you want to watch Super Sports, you have to put the channels that can give you football. So, but if you are not ready, if you are not prepared, if you are not intentional about hearing God, you will never hear Him. Because sometimes you are the one talking and you talk all you want to talk about, and after talking, you just move away without spending and say, God, what are you saying? You need to inquire, you need to ask questions, and be intentional about hearing Him, and then you can hear Him. Regarding feedbacks, it mustn't come the way you are expecting it. It can come in different. When you pray, you must be intentional about receiving feedbacks. You must watch out for every means that God can use to speak to you, because God can use different ways to speak to you. You will never be able to determine how He will speak to you. The three wise men was able to locate where Jesus was born because they were very keen, very observant and intentional about following the star. God never spoke to them audibly and said, follow this star. But they saw the star, they followed the star until the star stood where Jesus was born, and they went there. So you must be very observant to be able to get feedback from God. You must be intentional because God is always speaking. The question is, are you hearing? A lot of people are frustrated because of that and say, oh, God is not speaking to me. I don't get feedback from God. God is actually speaking, but they are not picking the signals. They are waiting for the spectacular. They are waiting for something miraculous to take place. They are waiting for maybe a thunder or brimstone to fall or something maybe out of the blue to come out. But God might not speak that way. He might not speak that way in that case. And because of that, you miss Him. If you want to get feedback in prayers, be intentional, be consistent, be observant, and be patient, and you will hear Him.